Alright, so this actually happened. I managed to get second place with the deck that I like the most. And couldn't have done it without the format being so weird. Shout out to all the people who said just play around it. Just play around it, dude. Just play around it, bro. Yeah, I guess in short, I did play around it. That whole Mega Colony fiasco. I actually tailored this whole deck to Mega, or not this whole deck, but I put in 5 slots for Mega Colony. And just so happened, I ended up facing off against quite a bit of Mega Colony, Order Colony. Yeah, I got the medal, got the prize card, first prize card ever, so it's really nice. They come in like random sleeves, whichever one they have at the office, I guess. So I got Agnos. This is gonna just be a trophy. Don't plan on using this. I have one, just the regular base rarity. I don't even use it. Yeah, I was player A. I think Fuzzy Paradox's top thing that he made, it doesn't have every player in order. Like in the diagram thing that he had, it showed the winning team and then the second place team, and it heavily implied I played against the Chaos Breaker, but that was actually my friend with the D-Robo. I played against Jewel Knights, and I still I'm not entirely sure how to play against it, like maybe damage deny it, but I was not expecting such an early game like aggression from that deck, and I've never actually played against it. Before this tournament, I've never actually played against Order Colony. I just have played Ghidorah for years, so I knew the Stride's weaknesses, the Stride's strengths, and Order Colony's just the order part of it's just drawing cards, so whatever. If they don't draw the order, then it doesn't matter, which happened to like one of the Order Colony players I played against. I think in finals she just couldn't get her order. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'll talk in between. But here's my deck box. Initial D, gotta go fast. That was the plan. The plan for the tournament, go fast. So shout out to my teammates for being awesome too. Like they we hardly lost any like single games in any of the rounds. Like my personal record was 7-2. So and they all also had pretty decent records. So I'm going to, I guess, start with my Gzone. Just because it'll I don't know, because I have it right here. Yeah, gotta have the quick shield. Gotta have it max rarity. I had 2 Bustards. Bustard is, yeah, absolutely mandatory, and this is how I'll blow out the Mega Colony or Order Colony players, because they don't expect a big Bustard turn, the turn that they lock you down. And I'll get to how that happens later. But yeah, 2 Bustards. Apologize if you can hear the background noise. 2 Victor, Mini Kaiser Victor. Honestly, I just flip this first most of the time. It hardly ever actually comes up, but it's just restand without a counterblast, which may come up sometimes. But I also play certain things to not worry about counterblast as well. So there's that. And the 1-ofs, there's a lot of 1-ofs in the Gzone. Favorite champ Victor, didn't go to him at all in the tournament, but I could have. Well, no, I actually could not have. I won most of my games on like first stride because I just aggro the hell out of people. That's why the deck list is in the deck log is called Victor Aggro. Just go for it early. Just go for early game rush. So like I hardly ever got to that. And I did get to trigger once because I had a huge Bustard turn. And then on my turn, I just trigger. Next turn, I just trigger. And then he didn't even survive the Vanguard swing. So it didn't even matter in the end. I could have strode into like literally anything. But still, the threat was there. The only thing that could have saved him that turn was a defensive over trigger. And that didn't happen. So And then we got a one of Victor, winning champ Victor. Winning champ's there for the Hanali. You can take out Hanali, you can draw a card and put on some pressure that turn if like they have a Hanali and you have like all your counterblast standers. As long as you can stand a few times, you're good. It did not actually go into it. I did go into this actually as the bulk. I went into it in the finals against the Eugene player, which is Fuzzy Paradox. Dude was awesome though. Me and Fuzzy Paradox actually had a little grudge going on because we played in we both top 8'd in standard as well, and he just beat me down with Gravidia in the main round. So like I played against him in round 6 in standard, and in the finals I met him again. So I had the rematch, and he just in the 6th round he OT'd me with Gravidia, and just like I could not guard that, and I just took all of that. And then in finals I actually beat him, and then in premium I beat him with this. I beat him with Asdebalk because he was playing Eugene and I had to play around Denial Griffin. So I just went a few restands with Gosashi. Restand Gosashi, this gets big and it falls on the floor. Yeah, it just gets big and he just couldn't guard it. So that's really it. Stark, didn't go into it. It's just there for the potential. Playing against Link Joker. Really, that's pretty much it. I haven't went into this in like playtesting either in a long time. I have went into this in playtesting and stuff. It's just really just if you have the counterblast, you can do the thing, but most likely you just stride into this for free strides, for if you think the game's going to go long. And it's good against Link Joker because you can just outvalue them with your free strides because they're going for the long game anyway. And it's just really nice. Sabreeze, didn't go into it, always flip fodder it. I did, however, get Sabreezed in finals by the Order Colony player, which was really, really weird. I didn't expect that, but it didn't help her out too well, so yeah, Sabreeze is just in here for flip fodder mainly, and if I ever have to do it, I'll do it. Dismal, I use Dismal quite a bit. I use Dismal to protect my Gosashi usually, because it protects it from battle, and then it already has resist, so it's just staying there. It's not going anywhere. So Dismal would never take it out. It's absolutely necessary in most builds of Victor. Yeah, this thing didn't G-card into it at all. Not very good, but it's a way to get extra 5k if you really need it. And usually when this is active, you really need it. Didn't go into it because I played against a lot of Order Colony players, so I just heal guarded early, and whatever I didn't heal guard with, I just kept for stride fodders with the heals, or guarded with them like 15s. And yeah, Gundreed, I think I went into it once just to get Counterblast back, and it works out. It's just a good card. A free countercharger too. No Soul Blast, no nothing, just free countercharge. And then this Dogen Titan, I didn't go into it once at all. I got 2 of them. Just flipped it one time and didn't actually end up needing to use it. It's also just really good for the Link Joker matchup, so you can flip a thing, and yeah, it's just good for the Link Joker matchup because I don't play Victoplasma. Just want to unlock my rear guards with this and just put up like an Asdebalk turn. And then markers. Doesn't really matter for the deck list, but I have shiny markers. This isn't shiny, but it should be because I really like Mega Flare. That's shiny, red shiny, and then Best Boy shiny. That's always my first marker. I love that marker. Alright, so that's all the markers and gifts and Gzone. Now we're gonna go on to the main deck, the reason why this ended up happening. So starter, White Tiger, and that's because I'm playing Bird. Bird kills Order Colony, but I'll talk about that when I get to it. just to get the extra draw. Yeah, I mean, you get a draw when you ride it, and then with Bird, you just get the extra draw if you have this. So it's worth it for that. I really missed using my SP starter, my Blau starter, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do for formats because Vanguard doesn't have side deck. There's that. All right, so grade 3s. We have 4 Victors. Victor is absolutely busted. Like in V, it has its problems, but in Premium, Victor is just absolutely nutty. Like, you just get so much advantage from that guy. Like, you get the Extreme Battler off the top 7, and you get the draw off the Excel 2. And when he attacks, he'll get triple drive. So it just, when I say Victor aggro, it's because I'm going for a big V turn first ride to 3, and that's the plan. Like, if I push you to, like, I'm trying to push you to 4. By the time I get out of my grade 3 turn, and then for my stride turn, my Victoplasma, or my Bustard will actually be very threatening, because then I'll just do it again, but with a bunch of drive checks, and just mow you down with triggers most of the time. Or just gain a lot of card advantage and attack multiple times. So, you know what? It's just really good. The only grade 3 right target in this deck is Victor. I actually lost against Luard in the Swiss rounds because I just could not get Victor, because it just happens sometimes. Just got severely unlucky with my G-Assist. G-Assisting for it's fine, but I just could not get it. Couldn't G-Assist for it, couldn't get it off of the grade 1, grade 3 searcher, and it just was very unfortunate. The other grade 3 technically in this deck is the Heal Guard. It came in clutch a lot. This is how the one round in Swiss that I actually did lose, I lost to Morfessa, Luard, Morfessa Turbo, and I actually survived 2 of the Morfessa turns thanks to the Heal Guards. I was grade locked at 2, but I was still putting up a fight. I survived 2 Morfessa turns. I finally got into my Victor, and it just ended up not being enough. I drew quite a bit of cards that turn, but that third Morfessa just got me. It was very unfortunate, but it happens. It's what you gotta expect playing just 4 grade 3s. Sometimes that'll just happen, and it just happened to be in a really bad timing. Oh yeah, the sleeves are also best boy. Yeah, G Kamui. Also, onto the grade 2s. We have 4 Dosledge. Dosledge is honestly cracked. Like, this is how this deck works, really. Like, Dosledge is how this deck works mainly. Because that Soul Charge 1 when he stands the second time is just really good. And then standing him 3 times, he gets 10k and Sentinel Restrict, which is just really good. They just usually have to no guard that last attack, and that's usually how you get him. And max rarity, because I have to. Alright, so on to the other ones. We have Cool Hank. He kind of sucks. He's not an extreme battler, but a lot of people just no guard him when you ride him, and they forget that he has an on hit, draw Soul Blast 1, draw a card. Most other Victor builds would absolutely try to not do that Soul Blast, but card advantage is card advantage, so more than likely that 1 Soul Blast is worth it. Like, I only really try to get 3 drive checks, so I just need 3 soul in, yeah. I just need 2 or 3 soul by the time I stride, because other card in this deck. So this is just a when attack, discard a card from my hand, stand a rear guard, which is just absolutely nutty. If they're damage denying me, I can still put up an offense, and they can just get mowed down, because you know what? This is aggro. This is a Victor aggro deck. It's not not full combo. It's just everything aggroes you. It's, yeah. Alright, so Gosashi, honestly, I just love this card. Max rarity as well. The GB2 skill, like, I actually had in Top Cut, the Order Colony player called the judge to see what the rush ability was, because she thought that it was the second, or it has to stand and then stand again to get the rush ability. But rush is just like a flavor keyword. It literally does what it says it does. And Gosashi gets the +7. So that's really what it is. But the main part of this card is that it has resist if I have a Victor Vanguard, and it stands a unit when it attacks for 1 counterblast, which is just honestly just really good. Like, best card in the deck probably. Like that's why this Victor is so much better in premium, because we have Gosashi. Alright, and then just a lot of the stuff's just Extreme Battler good stuff. Aeroshed, honestly, mainly just because I only run 4 Victor, and he gets a 5k, so he's a decent booster. He can help you get the heal guards, so you can G-guard or heal guard, but mainly just to get Victor, because you absolutely need to get your Victor. Yeah, other than that, it's just really good. NSP. Alright, yeah. This is one that people really don't like, but I really love it. Yeah, Gunbaru gun. He is a Soul Blast 1 stand a unit, and he gets +5k. So he is going to be a 13k attacker, standing a rear guard. So his Soul Blast is going to get refunded by the second stand of Doslege. So it's honestly just like another free restand. So you go like soul neutral when you restand Doslege the second time, and then -1 soul for Bustard. So it's just really good. Like, having another way to restand your Doslege is just honestly really good. And sometimes I just restand my my Gosashis with this, because like against like Kagero or Link Joker, you're going to want to do this just so they can't touch it. Just really good. And then certain decks that have the denial plays. Yeah, that's why I use that. There's a lot of question in that I get all the time. Next, I really don't like to play GB restricted cards, but this card is just like 100% a fit for this deck. And it's always, honestly, if they remade this and made it without a GB 1, it would be absolutely nutty. Because like on the Victor Ride turn, that would be nuts. Because this lets you have no soul in your under your Vanguard, and you can get one more drive check with Bustard for the 1 counterblast, because it stands it, and it stands the unit boost it, goes to the soul, draws you a card, gives it +2k. So usually you put this behind a Gosashi on rearguard circle, and Gosashi will stand, get +2, and then get +7 due to its own rush ability, which is a GB2, which is always going to happen. And yeah, you just get decent numbers while also multi-attacking, and I just really love this card because it refunds your soul, it draws you a card, it just does everything you want, and it allows me to play my deck on the edge of having like no soul. Yeah, that's just really it. I wish it was a 10k, 8k, 10k shield, 8k power V series card, but maybe one day we'll get it, Jerohawk and V series. But right now we're just getting a bunch of Beast Deity support, and the new Asur Kaiser was revealed, which I'll also make a deck list for that probably. But yeah, all right. So here we go. Now we're getting into the spice. So for the longest time, Control was kind of dead, so I only played one Gzone, but for this tournament, I upped my Gzone to 3. And he also has the rush ability, which is also part of the reason why she called the judge in finals, because it's just rush when it stands. That's it. That's really what it is. I got him up to like 25k, and it was funny. And she was like, what? But he also rests himself to give everything resist, which is the main reason. And against Order Colony, it means they can't Brilliant Blister any of my things. And that's just really, honestly, the main reason why I really wanted to run 3 of these. And they're searchable because they're Extreme Battler. So it's just really good, honestly. Alright, on to the last grade 1. The MVP of the deck. Beast Deity Scarlet Bird. Just this card made the Order Colony players so salty. Like, one of them saw it and he's like, oh yeah, Scarlet Bird. Oh, that's probably going to be a problem. And then he didn't realize how big of a problem it was going to be. Because this is the only card in the deck that's hard to resolve. Because, like, against any other deck but Order Colony, I have to have 2 Gzone, and I have to rest them to give resist twice, and then stand them with the Scarlet Bird just to get the +1 or draw 1 card. Usually that's not a good play, not an optimal play. I guess you could also stand them and get their +4 for each G unit face up, but that never came up because I was always using this to stand my whole field when Order Colony plays their Ghidorah Stride and stuns my entire field, including my Vanguard. This stands all of your units, including your Vanguard. So it just absolutely blows them out. Like, you stride into Bustard, it's rested, it's whatever. So you call this, stand all your units, blow away all your soul, and get all the drive checks, as many cards as you still had in soul. So, like, usually, I think one game against Order Colony, I actually got 4 drive checks for my Bustard off of just Scarlet Bird, and it was just really tilting for that player. Like, he just absolutely felt destroyed, and, like, I just destroyed him with a bunch of crits and stuff off the top because the 7 drive checks. And it was just absolutely funny. Like, I just love this. Like, it was so funny. Oh man, MVP of the deck. Like, really, really. Like, I would not have changed this at all. The only thing I would have changed about this deck was adding a Bikun. I probably would have added a Bikun instead of one of the Gunstons or one of the Jarrowhawks. Bikun would have helped me in finals when I played against Jewel Knights. Because that Salome restanding the Crystal Luster was just absolutely nutty. And he didn't even do it under GB3. Alright, so on to triggers. I have 4 draw triggers because SP, and I need Extreme Battlers in main deck, and this is just really good for getting value off of your Bustard. Just really good. Alright, so I'm running crits. This is Stride Fighter crits. There's really no replacing this. Honestly, nothing better than this in the slot. Like, I've strode with this so many times, and it really helps in the Order Colony matchup because if you don't have another Victor in hand, you have to stride with this, and then if you have the bird, you stand everything. So it just really helps with the struggle. And if you don't have bird and you do have another grade 3 in hand, as long as you have this, you can still stride. So you ride the Victor, and it rides a stand. Then you stride. So then you actually get to play the game. Yeah, that's really it. It's just more stride fodders in the deck because I only run 3 or 4 grade 3s. Really, this is one of the cards in the deck that I probably would change. Like, it does help you get soul, but it's only GB restricted. So if I need soul before my first stride turn, I'm really kind of hurting. I was honestly thinking about running the D series crit that goes to the soul, and I probably will do that after this. For now on, I'm going to run the Dakar Cop, and it's honestly just for the soul early game, but then they're just the same stat balls. This gets the 10k in a draw, and it usually doesn't matter that much because if I'm playing against, this would help against other matchups. Like other than Order Colony, because Order Colony I just need to bum rush them and get as much soul in as quickly as possible. And against other matchups, this does kind of come in handy because you could just make your Bustard pretty big, and then you when you swing with the Bustard, you get the drive check after that with this. That's how you get a drive check after your Vanguard swing. With this, that's just how that works. So you have that one more soul, because this deck's always just micromanaging soul. And let's see, yeah, last card, OT. just another super critical trigger slash draw trigger slash front trigger. It's just really good. Just I'd be fine if this got banned, but this looks beautiful, so I'm playing it for now. And I have to, you know. Just OTs are absolutely necessary. Sometimes they win you a game, sometimes they lose you a game. Sometimes you don't see them, sometimes you soul charge them, it just whatever. Also, I had this deck in Bushiroad Oversleeves because I did not find out until like finals that you could run the Dragon Shield character fitted ones, like where they're just mini sized, where they actually go over your character sleeves. Because like I'd been told that you just couldn't have any Dragon Shields, any matte sleeves, and then definitely not the standard size mats, which I usually use to oversleeve most of my decks. So I just had to use these sleeves. I will say, like, the highlights of the tournament, like playing against all the Order Colony just made my day, because I just absolutely crushed their souls. Like, it was just hilarious, actually. Like, the one Order Colony in finals, she just I had to ask what Rush did just to make sure, because she was like, oh, if it doesn't do it until the second restand, it's fine. But nope, it's anytime it stands, it gets an ability. And yeah, that was a weird one. She also didn't get the book in time, so it's whatever for that. Yeah, I really just am glad that I got to make top 8 with top 8 and second place with the deck that I love. Like, I really wanted Nova Grapplers to represent. Like, this is actually just a really good matchup for Order Colony in the current meta. Seems like it wouldn't be, because, you know, rested units can't attack, so that's why the Order Colony players were really caught off guard with that. They just thought, oh, it's just Victor, this is going to be an easy matchup. So it turned out to not be for them, so they can get wrecked, I guess. I also, like, I have Order Colony built, but this is just my main deck. I love it. Yeah, my teammates did well. I did well. It was a good tournament. I got to talk with the head judge. He was pretty cool. There was a lot of like a commotion about the sleeves in Top Cut, and a lot of people didn't get DQ'd. I got a warning in Standard because my Bushiroad oversleeves were a little bit weird. Like, there was like a dirt line or something in them. Like, I don't know, like, that's just something that happens with like regular play, but it just so happened to be on a few of them. It was just really weird. Like, this deck, I had to, like, in deck check, I had to change some of the sleeves out of the pack in with the ones in the deck, and it's just really weird. There was like a weird banding issue or something on the side. It was just factory defects that I had to deal with, which is just really bullshit. But at least I didn't get a game loss or anything from it. Had the pack of sleeves to finish fixing it, so it really just worked out. I guess if you plan on winning, you gotta double check your sleeves, make sure nothing can be like marked on the side, like it can be portrayed as marked on the side either. Like, why am I gonna cheat? Like, I just want to prove myself. Like, that's really what I want to do at this tournament, and I'd say did pretty much prove myself with this. I was really prepared for all the matchups. Played against some weird stuff. Like, I played against Great Nature, and he kept like basically mulliganing in the battle phase. Like, he had the G guard that let him put everything. Or every time something's retired from the Guardian Circle, he draws that many cards. So he kept mulliganing for more G guards and stuff, and it was just insane. But I just barely squeaked it out because he drew a bunch of 3s. And, you know, you just roll. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. And honestly, I don't think that even mattered because my teammates won. But I won as well. But yeah, I played against a weird matchup as well. Like, I played against Spike Brothers, and it wasn't the GB8 build. He was just playing like a really aggressive Dudley build, and like rising Dudleys. and it was just a bunch of multi-attacks, and I just aggroed him out, and it was just not that big of a deal. I don't know what else. I can't remember what else. I think I played the first 2 rounds against Order Colony, and I was just so hyped because I just destroyed them. Like, it was just nutty. I played against Bermuda Highlander, and he just kind of got unlucky. Had some things that got damaged that he needed. It was a really close game. Just beat him on first ride with Bustard. Really, that's all it was. Yeah. I'll also be having an interview go up. Like me and my team will be interviewed on Top Tech Heroes channel. Because we stay at the same hotel, and we're honestly, like, we go to locals and stuff. We're really close. So yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say, but this tournament honestly was just really nice. Yeah, I didn't expect to go so far, but I'm really happy that I did. Me and my team, we expected if we lose our 3rd round, we'll just drop out. But we just kept winning and kept getting more nervous and kept winning and just took it all the way to 2nd. And yeah, I'm just glad to rep Nova Grapplers. Just glad to be here. This was the last Springfest I was planning on going to this year, so I'm just so glad that I got to do this. It's just, oh man. I don't think that I have anything else to say, so I'm just going to end it here and just going to say peace out.